Okay, let's go.
Welcome to the Green Communicators, where we discuss all things communication and impact. I'm your host, Kakamba Jacobs, and as always, I'm not alone. We have 4 amazing guests, Kateko, Kabelo, Vanessa, and Lesejo. Thank you so much for being here. Today we're exploring something that's reshaping our industry for the better, which is sustainable public relations. But before we dive into that, I'll have my guests just briefly introduce themselves.
Hello everyone.
Hi, Kabelo.
I'm Kabelo, a student at the University of Johannesburg studying public relations and communication. So I'm actively involved in campus life as a volunteer, contributing to community engagement initiatives and keeping our campus clean. And I also extend my efforts beyond the campus, helping around communities as well.
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
My name is Vanessa Luzibo, and I work part-time as a social media assistant at Live on Brain. In addition to being a public relations student at the University of Johannesburg, as part of my job, I create and schedule content, interact with followers, and check how our posts help to perform the restaurant's social media presence. It all comes down to keeping down the brand relevant, active, and connected to its audience, of which have all helped me to apply the PR lessons I am learning to the real world.
Absolutely, and I am Lesejo Marihlaba, a third-year public relations and communication student and aspiring brand strategist. I'm somebody that believes in the passion of community engagement and has done that throughout a couple of projects that will be introduced soon in class that will give students an opportunity to do their work integrated learning.
Hi everyone, I'm Kateko Tabete, also a student at the University of Johannesburg doing my final year, obtaining my diploma in public relations and communications management. Alongside my studies, I'm also a communications and strategic communications manager for a Dr. Fleet company that I'm currently working for. I'm gaining hands-on experience in corporate communication. I'm also actively involved in community engagement activities in the UJ community where I'm useful in helping where there's needs like orphanages and the less fortunate, things like that. So yeah.
Okay, welcome everyone. So for a young icebreaker, just so everyone can just be comfortable, I have a question for each and every one of you. Why public relations?
For me, it really amplifies who I am and gives me a voice. It really feels like I'm a kid again because I used to fill notebooks with reflections and storytelling, and that's essentially what PR does. It amplifies people's realities and gives them a voice to tell the truth and what they really love about their community and themselves.
For me personally, I would say it aligns with my interests. I'm into media, I'm into the entertainment industry, I love fashion, I love styling, working with different people. I've worked with very famous photographers too, Uncle Waffles photographers to name a few. The old one of them. But yeah, it just aligns with my lifestyle, the things that I like. So public relations for me made sense.
I also relate to what she said. Everything that she said, actually the same.
To be honest, at first I wasn't passionate about public relations.
Yeah.
But as time went by, that's when I started to develop passion. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Also, my love for PR started in grade 10. I don't know if you guys remember, we started with the 7 business functions, 7 or 8. And then PR was it's also like a function under there. And then I just liked the way they explained everything about it, that you represent a brand and you talk the talk, you just become authentic through it and stuff like that. So I was like, that's something I want to do actually. That's something I'm interested in. Of which I like taking pictures like she mentioned and all that. It's just my thing, I think.
Thank you so much, guys. I think for me personally, I enjoy communicating with people and I love having a voice, and therefore I feel like there's so many people that fail to voice themselves in a way that is impactful, and I'd love to be that voice. Also, I love digital digital marketing, so I'm always ready to just learn as many things as I can. And I think we're moving into such a digital forward world that we can get so many jobs out there. But anyways, let's dive into the first question for the day. So from traditional PR to sustainable PR, how has the evolution of PR shaped your personal experience of PR?
My personal experience in PR has shaped in a way that is actually it's very interesting to see how things have progressed from how things were in the PR industry back in the day up until now. Obviously today people they have more freedom of speech, they're more opinionated, and they feel very strongly about the things that they feel strongly about. It's very easy to communicate things as PR practitioners or aspiring PR practitioners to the public. And it's very encouraging to know that people want to know the real truth and the real information about certain topics, you know. So it's very interesting to see how technology has also taken a part and played a role in just enhancing PR and making it easy for people to get messages across and things like that.
Absolutely, and just to add on what she's saying about technology, since we are now in the age of digitization, it's easy for me to just prop up a camera and shoot content, maybe attending a brand event or something. So it's important for brands and organizations to be authentic and accountable for each and every action that they do. Actually involve their audiences in every business decision and ensure that they amplify our realities.
Very insightful answers, ladies. Thank you so much. Let's dive into the big bad topic of the day. What is sustainable PR?
So sustainable PR is a modernized approach to public relations, as it involves more than just managing reputation or reacting to crises. Instead, it's about genuine connection, developing trust, and purposeful action that serve people, communities, and our environment. This kind of PR focuses on transparency, accountability, and creating positive impact, demonstrating a company's commitment to ethical and responsible behavior. It's basically about creating a shared future that's better for all.
That's right, and it is about doing something tangible, not simply talking the talk. Everything should align with the company's values and emphasize doing good rather than looking good, whether it is through ads, campaigns, or storytelling.
So what I'm gauging is it's doing things that benefit the present and the future generations to come. So what are the practical elements of sustainable PR?
That's a great question, Q. So for one, it shows a brand's commitment to protecting the environment. Sustainable PR often focuses on ESG, which is environmental, social, governance standards. This attracts investors, it keeps customers loyal, and it also improves communities' public image, which is essentially what public relations is about. We focus on keeping a brand's image positive, we focus on customer loyalty, and just attracting investors and things like that.
Absolutely, and that's essentially all the elements of stakeholder engagement. You can't build your reputation and ensure that all the perceptions that we have are positive when you're not engaging us in conversations. So it's essential that brands open up the space where we can be in dialogue, where we share their perspectives and they get to teach us about their core values and objectives as businesses.
So why is this so important right now, especially in the digital age?
Well, today's customers are knowledgeable and they are socially conscious. So they expect companies to be accountable for their impact on society and our environment. So sustainable PR enables brands to earn trust and loyalty by demonstrating through their actions that they are not just talking the talk, but they are walking the walk. So this means that they are going beyond just making promises, but actually delivering on those promises by taking tangible actions that benefits people in our planet. It's about embodying the values they promote and showing that they are committed to being a force for good.
Correct. Additionally, you can avoid criticism by being transparent about your efforts. People are less likely to call you out if you are open and honest. It is about being genuine and staying ahead.
Interesting. How about you share a real life example with our audience just to ensure that they get a better understanding of the concept?
Absolutely. Let's take it back to 2007 when the retailer business, Woolworth, actually launched the Good Business Journey. They actually help all their suppliers to farm sustainably and just look at other ways that they can reduce waste during those production. So you can tell that they actually are passionate about what they're doing. It's not just greenwashing and just slapping a sourced in a sustainable manner badge on their packaging. They're passionate about what they do and they actually want to see it through.
It links back to national goals too. The National Climate Adaptation Strategy encourages businesses to partner in building a climate resilient society. Woolworths didn't wait, they acted. They focused on their brand, they knew what their brand stood for, and they wanted to deliver the same services that they promised to the public. So props to Woolworths for that.
Yeah.
Props to them, absolutely. And the Good for Farming initiative actually ensured that they farm, not their farm, but they actually invest in all their suppliers and ensure that they get everything that they need, whether it is production, whether it is skills building and leadership. So they just don't only care about themselves, but they care about the ethics of everyone else that they are in communication with.
Also, Woolworths is that brand.
I don't think a lot of people know about the Farming for the Future initiative, so thank you very much for that. I think a lot of us go to Woolworths and we buy just because we think they have the best quality, but it's good to know that they're also helping the environment one way or another. Let's unpack the link between sustainable PR, stakeholder engagement, and CSR. Over to you, Ms. Vanessa.
Excellent query, actually. According to Potter and Kramer, talking with your audience like customers and employees builds trust and keeps your work relevant.
And that's where CSR, which is corporate social responsibility, comes in. When a company acts ethically and responsibly, it improves its reputation. As Simon says, CSR makes the company to be more trustworthy and ethical in the eyes of the public.
There's so many benefits to it. You get loyal customers, satisfied employees who want to stick around for as long as they want to, and a strong brand reputation which attracts investors, clients, and customer loyalty once again.
Thank you so much, guys. And that's a wrap for today. I think today's episode has shown us that your voice matters. Whether you are still a student or you're a professional out there, we want to know what you think. So thank you so much to our guests for joining us today. And I hope that everyone has learned so much about sustainable public relations. It is not just a trend, it is a mindset and a movement. Please do engage with us on social media. I will make sure that we leave their contact details on the end. Make sure to follow our conversation for more. Until next time, stay green and stay vocal.